Oh, boy, this one's gonna hurt. This one is gonna hurt. But, gotta do it. Have to do my due diligence. The 2022 Miami Dolphins season has officially come to an end as of last weekend when they lose to the Buffalo Bills 34-31 in the wild card game. And before I begin, I just want to say that their performance in that game, you couldn't ask for more. I mean, Jesus, they were going in there with a third-string quarterback, banged-up offensive line, defense that somehow played one of their best games of the year, despite losing and giving up 30 points. That was one of the best efforts I've seen from them this year. And just everything surrounding that game. Like, I was expecting a blowout, like everyone else. I'm going to be honest with you. It just with all the scenarios going in. But for them to do that and lead at some points during the game, and hell, I'm even going to say it, Buffalo gave you a chance to win. I'm sorry, Bills fans. I got to admit, your team played like shit. I got to be honest with you. You think that's a Super Bowl contending team? How you barely beat a seventh seed, and with a third string quarterback and everything going on. Hey, good luck to you moving forward, man. But your performance, good luck. Good luck the rest of the way. That's all I'll say. But anyway, enough about the game itself. Let's just, in the clearest way I possibly can. Here is the Miami Dolphins season and what it was. Final record, they finished 9-8, second in the AFC, 7th seed in the AFC, getting the last wildcard spot. One word to describe this year, excuse me, emotional. That is my one word to describe this year. It was an emotional season. Started out on the highest of highs, 3-0, and ending with the lowest of lows. Well, we did have our low points this year. Ending on a sour note. I mean, again, what are you gonna do? But again, they played the best they could in that wildcard game and almost won the thing, surprisingly or not. So there you go. Quick recap of all the games. First week against New England, they beat them 20-7. Second week against Baltimore, down. God, I want to say it was 21. Come back and win 42-38. The big win against Buffalo week 3, 21-19. The Thursday night game against Cincinnati, where Tua was carted off, 27-15 loss. The loss to the Jets, 40-17. The loss to Minnesota, 21-16. The Sunday night win against Miami, 16-10. The win in Detroit, the comeback win again in Detroit, 31-27. The win in Chicago against the Bears, the close one, 35-32. Home win against the Cleveland Browns, 39-17. Then the bye week. Win against Houston, 30-15. And then December hits, and that's when the season goes off the rails. 33-17 loss to the 49ers. 23-17 loss to the Chargers. 32-29 loss to Buffalo. 26-20 loss to the Packers. 23-21 loss to the Patriots. And an 11-6 win against the Jets. And then obviously the wild card game. And you know what? It's funny looking at those two Buffalo games in Buffalo. We lose by a total of 6 points. 6 points. Not a lot of teams do that in Buffalo. So hang your chin on that. You gave them a good fight. And the 2 times in that crazy stadium. So, real quickly, obviously, leading players, Tua, obviously, with over 3,500 passing yards, 3,548 total. He threw 25 TDs, 8 interceptions, got sacked 21 times. Excuse me, I'm still recovering here. Pardon me. Teddy Bridgewater also played 600 passing yards in his 5 games. Skylar Thompson in his 7 games, 500 yards. It's just, I'm going to be honest. I don't even really want to go over the stats. I just want to... How would I describe this? It was a top 15 offense, in my opinion, in the league. It was an upper half of the league offense when Tua was in the games. And anyone who disagrees with me are just showing bias. When Tua is on the field, they had a chance to win. But 3 concussions in 3 months is not a good sign. And to have the team's GM basically come out and say that he's our guy without even hearing from the guy, kind of a little concerning. I'm not going to lie. I would like to hear from Tua. I don't know where Tua is, but I would like to hear from him. 1, because it's been a while, and 2, if he's going to be the quarterback of this team, I want to hear from him that I am committed to playing football this next season. That's how I feel about that. But, I don't know. I just want what's best for Tua. Point blank and system. If he wants to retire, then sure. It's been an honor watching you, and I'm sorry I had to end this way, but I just want what's best for the guy. If he thinks he's ready to go, then the 2023 schedule was released. Home opponents, Bills, Jets, Patriots. Also at home, Broncos, Raiders, Cowboys, Giants, Titans, Panthers. Away schedule, Bills, Jets, Patriots. At Chiefs, Chargers, Eagles, Commanders, Ravens. There's a realistic possibility that Chiefs, Chargers, Eagles, Commanders, Ravens could all be losses. Maybe Commanders could be a win, but those 4 realistically could be losses on the road. That is a tough road schedule. And before I started recording, it did come out that defensive coordinator Josh Boyer was fired, relieved of his job, and additional staff members. So, hey, you want to talk about a weak point from the team? It was obviously the defense. Defense was, man, did they give up a lot of yards sometimes, and hopefully that gets improved upon. Dolphins have a 2nd-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, 2 thirds, a 6th, and a 7th for the upcoming NFL draft. They don't have a 1st. Thank you, Stephen Ross. Got our pick sniped by the league for what's the official word? Tampering. So we got our pick taken away for that. All right. Other than that, I don't really want to talk about much else. This team, I really don't know what to expect moving forward. I don't know if this team will be the same, obviously. Will guys stick around? Will guys leave? For certain, I know it was 2 things I know. Is that Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle will be here. Other than that, some guys on the defense, we'll see what else. There needs to be some improvements made. And where do you go in the draft? I don't know, with a limited amount of draft picks. The big question is quarterback. What do you do? The GM says they're sticking with him. I unfortunately don't buy that as of right now. Until I hear from Tua himself saying, I am the quarterback for this team, then all bets are off. Do they go out and... The problem is there's no really quality starters to get. Derek Carr? Do you go out and get Lamar? Tom Brady at 45 years old? And I do not get the fascination with bringing in a 45-year-old QB. You're basically telling yourself you're selling yourself out for a year or two, and that's it. I don't know. I'm happy Mike McDaniel has kept his job, by the way. That's a good sign. He's a great offensive mind. Granted, mistakes happen, i.e. the Bills game. But also, too, this team has to stop taking penalties. A lot of penalties this year. And a lot of dumb ones at that. 3 delay of games in a single game. What? Scrambling to get a play call off. Like, I love Mike McDaniel, believe me. But sometimes, like, some of his calls, like, you did that? Like, that was your big thing? I don't know. I think you have to keep a coach at least 2 years. 2 years. Before you can make a decision on him. Unless it's just so horrifically wrong, then you have to let him go. But I'm glad McDaniel will at least be back another year. So, we'll just have to see what happens. Like I said, I wish I could make a prediction for next season. I wish I could, but I gotta see how things play out. And I guess I'll be back for the season preview for next season. And that's when we'll talk about the Dolphins next, unless some major breaking news happens. So, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you all for watching. On the road to 50 subscribers, baby. The big 5-0. We are almost there. So, continue to spread the word around. I always appreciate it. I appreciate every single one of you who watches. My name is Trevor, of course, and I will see you for the next one. Fins up!